is your First Alert 5 weather with Alan Rose.
And welcome back, everyone. I mentioned that we could use some of these rain-cooled showers to cool us down in the Springs and Pueblo. Getting a little bit of rain out towards Pueblo west right now, but so far just a lot of cloud cover in the Springs. Most of the heavier rain right here across the western slopes of the Sangres, out across the San Luis Valley. These areas under extreme drought, so they could really use the rain. Now, our director Sophia just said, hey, is it raining in Pueblo? I can see on the sky cam it looks pretty foggy and misty. You can see some of those showers moving very slowly from northern parts of town right over downtown right now. Also out west towards Goodnight, sort of clipping eastern parts of the reservoir there within the past 15 to 30 minutes, but drier conditions now returning out towards Lake Pueblo. Good news for the hikers and campers and boaters out there on this Saturday afternoon. Now, where we are keeping a very close eye on developments is out towards the Spring Fire burn scar. This fire burned back in 2018. Also the Levita Pass moving over the beautiful Sangres. Look out towards Russell. This area not included in the flash flood warning, but you get the heavier storm cells that could drop high intensity rainfall rates, and that does trigger the potential for mud and debris flows and also flash flooding across those higher mountain areas. We'll continue to monitor that here over the next couple of hours until the threat subsides later tonight. In the Springs, I mentioned it, we want some rain to cool us down. It's hot. It's 91 degrees outside. And even with some thunderstorms in the area, looking a little wet here in Pueblo, still in the mid 90s as of the latest OB. Take you up to Woodland Park, where temperatures here are in the mid 70s. Really delightful up in those mountain areas. 91 for Canyon City. We have 60s in Rye, 90 in Walsenburg. Looking at some upper 90s to triple digits out towards Eads, Lamar, La Junta, and Kit Carson. And as we look ahead to your Sunday, we're going to watch an overnight cold front bring in some changes and developments to the area. I think we're going to notice an increase in moisture and humidity on Sunday, and that's also going to spell out better chances for rain, and not just rain, but I think slow moving storms that will increase the risk for flooding and flash flooding in some of those recent burn scars. A lot like what we're seeing today, but more on a bigger scale. You can see by 10 o'clock tomorrow night, most of the rain pressing out of the plains and into Kansas. So this does include the flash flood watch, all recent burn scars, the Decker fire, which burned last year, the Spring Fire, Junkins and Hayden Pass burn scars, all these areas in the Sangres and the Wet Mountains under the gun tomorrow for the potential for flash flooding and mud and debris flows. So Sunday should start out dry, but I think a lot of cloud cover early in the day, increasing clouds and thunderstorms expected between 2 and 8 p.m. for the Springs and Pueblo. Here's your overnight lows tonight, only dropping down to the 50s and 60s. And tomorrow, the good news here is that with this cold front, we are going to drop off about 6 to 10 degrees. So we'll take us back to the 80s. I'm going a 3 on the impact scale again, potential for heavy rain. And this is not just in the mountains. This could also move east through the afternoon hours with urban flooding and small stream flooding also a possibility. Pueblo, rain chances a little lower here, so I've kept us at 2, but at least we cool down to the low 90s. We're back up to the mid 90s, though, heading into Monday. And you notice on all the 7-day forecast here, near daily to daily rainfall chances. Almost getting a little bit of a monsoony weather pattern, Andy, which is common for us this time of the year. This is when the monsoon typically peaks, and with the drought, we need the rain. A little bit of an inconvenience in the summertime months as we want to get outside and be active, but still seeing some of those thunderstorms. I want to show you a quick look at traffic.